Renovating correctional centers, decongesting them through judicial reforms, and expediting trials are essential to improving living conditions in these facilities. Regular training for wardens and other officials is also crucial to safeguarding the rights and dignity of inmates. There's more details here in this report.
Viral video from the Calabar Correctional Center showing inmate allegedly served a meager breakfast of poorly cooked beans sparked outrage, shedding light on the dire conditions in correctional centers. The footage serves as a grim reminder of the long-standing issues of abuse, overcrowding, and neglect plaguing the system.
People are locked up in some prisons that 5, 6, 7 years, they have not even go to court.
Our case management system has been a very huge setback. We don't digitalize. A number of people you find awaiting trial in most considered facilities don't even have files. Detention procedure need to be reviewed in this part of the world because, again, there is some level of gaps and setback, which is also not aligning with the consistency that we have within the administration of criminal justice regime.
With nearly 76,000 inmates crammed into facilities designed to hold 50,000, the consequences are devastating.
Now, one of the facilities in Kwara recently, the inmates were carrying each other because they were weak, they couldn't walk, they have been infected with some kind of diseases because of the level of number. They are overcrowded where they defecate. You realize that it is actually a breeding ground for virus and how things can spread very fast. If you see the food they eat, they are fed about once a day.
Approximately 70% of inmates are awaiting trial, some for years without a hearing, contributing to a sense of hopelessness. Many inmates resort to violence or self-harm as a means of coping. Experts argue that Nigeria's justice system focuses too heavily on punitive measures rather than adopting a restorative approach.
In order to promote the interests of victims and the rehabilitation of offenders, there's a need to develop restorative justice policies, procedures, and programs
to foster a more compassionate and inclusive justice system, address the root causes of conflicts and crimes, promote accountability and responsibility, support victims' recovery and empowerment.
Though the Nigerian government has pledged reforms to improve conditions in these facilities, critics argue that these efforts remain insufficient.
The government has actually reviewed the feeding allowance of inmates in our custody with 50%. And this is just the first phase of the review. The government is also looking at the next phase where they will actually improve the allowance of inmates.
The center's security vulnerabilities have become even more concerning following several high-profile jailbreaks in recent years. Experts say Nigeria must prioritize human rights and dignity of inmates while working towards a fairer and more just criminal justice system. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Correctional Service has launched an investigation into the Calabar incident, acknowledging that the videos does not reflect its commitment to welfare of inmates. In Lagos 4 News Central, I am Igbalani Omani.